Oh, it survived.
It barely survived. It survived.
Jinx, jinx. All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. The main event here. So, what I'm going to be doing for you guys, and I think maybe the next few videos might be like this. We are leaving Galar. We are going to Scarlet and Violet. Bittersweet for me because Galar, the games, really grew on me these last few years. I started doing YouTube because of the games. I met a lot of people because of the games. I became a way better player than I ever was before because of these games. So I want to do a little ode to Galar by revisiting some of the content I've made on my channel with Galar. So it'll be some really old stuff, some newer stuff, some stuff in between. I think one of the things I wanted to start with was one of the trainer challenges I did. Well, I only did like two. That was supposed to be a series, but I never had time to work with people. But one of the ones that I did get to do was with Moxie. One of my first memories of playing Sword and Shield is this trainer challenge with Moxie. This was like my first. Can you see it yet? This was like my first real like layout. You can see like the camera quality compared to like what I have on here now, compared to like all washed out and saturated. Even like the actual my display is way nicer. Same colors though, but the display is way nicer. Same logo, which is nice that I kept the logo around. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Right, I'm gonna be reviewing some stuff like this, going over it. It'll always be battles because that's what the channel is, mostly battles. But I think there's some other stuff I might check out too. But shout out to Moxie, of course, because he was like the first big creator I ever did anything with. We still are cool to this day. We've worked together a few times after this, so maybe I'll review those as well. Question of the day, of course, is do you have a memory from my channel? If you do, let me know below. If you don't, because you're new, let me know that you're new, and we can, make some memories going forward in Scarlet and Violet. So I'm gonna hit play. I think what I'm doing here is just like explaining what the training challenges are.
Times where this actually comes into play, where I would normally make a play, but I can't because I don't have it. So I had to like really carefully pick the moves I wanted to use. So you'll see that in the video. So make sure you like.
So the rule was for this trainer challenge was a series where I was supposed to compete against other trainers and they would pick a special rule for me to follow. Moxie chose me to not have protect. So I could only I can only use 3 moves. So I couldn't have protect. But the issue was if I had protect, I can only have 2 attacking moves or status moves or whatever. So I had to think about that really hard, which is what I was kind of explaining in this first part.
Comment below. Also, Moxie will have his end of the battle up. So
Yep.
link should be in the description when I put this up.
He does have his side up.
So go check that out, please and thank you.
So I think I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
On each mon.
So this is me just saying, yeah, three moves in each mon.
And see what we can do here.
So I think I had the G-Max Lapras and the Incineroar here.
So
I don't even. So I didn't review this before this.
What can I do here? So
I didn't like watch this to remember what happened before I did this. So I'm watching this for the first time in like a year probably, in real time with you guys. So I don't know what I did on turn 1. I think right now, me as a player, I would probably. So me as a player now would probably get rid of the Lapras, right? We like get it out the game. I'm pretty sure I didn't do that here because I think I was more gung ho back then. But I feel like me faking out into the what's it called? Into the Alecki is predictable, so he can like max the Alecki and nuke me. But I don't think that's how his first turn played out. I'm pretty sure the fake out play just worked. Or no, I think I may have faked out the Eternatus and then let the Volt Switch go off into me and then got a policy boost. Let's see.
I have to fake out something, right? That Alecki, is it gonna max?
So I was thinking about the max.
So I'm gonna definitely go into this spot.
Look at how my beard was always nice.
There's not really a lot of situations.
So fake out parting shot flare blitz is what I chose on the Incineroar. I think those are like the right choices. If anyone only had 3 moves on Incineroar, I think that's what they would pick. I'm not gonna pause this many times, I promise.
It's already faster, so I don't want to take a double up from the Alecki and the Eternatus. So maybe he'll switch. Hopefully he switches. Okay, no switching and no maxing.
Yeah, so that was good, right? He didn't max.
Something, right?
He didn't max, which is nice.
So if he hits me with like a Thunderbolt or a Thunder or whatever he wants to do, or Volt Switch or what, I will gladly take that policy activation.
This is one of the first battles where like I felt like I was becoming a quality player.
So we get to be able to take this Eternatus. Oh, that's wonderful.
because I survived this,
Dragon. Give me that
and so I
dragon.
kind of got what I
Let
wanted
me
this
get that
turn.
dragon, man.
But as you see, the battle goes on. I make some other plays that
dragon.
that, like I said, it was one of the first battles where I was like, yeah, I think I might actually be a decent player at this game. I always felt like I was okay, but I grew so much as a player doing Sword and Shield.
That's one major threat out the way. So let's see.
So like we got rid of the Eternatus and we got the Veil up. That's like such a positive turn one. Especially because the Aleki only did like it only did like less than 50%, right? So now I know it can't knock me out the next turn.
Man,
I'm gonna fast forward a bit. So he brings out Landorus because we don't have to like watch it like in super real time.
I have a bit of an idea here.
So Landorus feels like bait. I'm pretty sure I didn't go for the bait.
I can't switch into any earthquake stuff.
I'm pretty sure pretty sure
Let's be safe, right? Let's be safe. I know it's a wasting turn of max, but like I think this is a good play.
So let's see what he goes for.
Lapras. And then I can also cycle back in the Intimidate. Like it gives me options, you know? It gives me really good options.
But yeah, so I think I clicked Max Guard there because I was worried about the
Okay, so he withdrew later. He was trying to bait me.
I realized it was bait after, right? I was more worried about the Landorus rock falling because it's faster.
He tried to nay-nay on me. He tried to nay-nay on me.
He tried to bait me with Landorus, and then he brings in he's gonna max the Aleki and try to nuke me. But I kind of read it. I didn't really read the Aleki max. I read into a bit of protecting against the Landorus and not falling for that trap.
He tried to hit me. He tried to yaw.
I gotta start bringing that energy back on the channel. I gotta bring that energy back. It's all young and full of vigor or vigor. I'm pretty sure in his side of the battle, he was like, "Oh no," when he saw this. So now with the Veil up and the parting shot on this thing, there's no way for the Aleki to knock me out, and it's kind of like wasted max.
So now I can switch into. I'm not gonna reveal that I have the Zacian yet.
And here's the thing, right, with the Zacian, I'm saying I didn't want to reveal that I had it, but like, I mean, I guess because it's 2 out of 3, it makes sense to preserve information. But what are the chances I didn't bring it, right? So that was, I could have just brought it out and probably won the game right there. Yeah, like what was the actual point? Like there's no reason to preserve that information. If I have 3 moves, one of them's gonna be Behemoth Blade.
So we'll get to hit some damage on Landorus, and any chip is good. You know what? I should have saw that coming, right? I mean,
yeah, it should have. You should have. You should have. You know that he's not gonna just take a close combat right there.
This is not gonna kill either one of my mons. Like that does.
Yeah. -1 and the Veil is up, so I was safe. He needed a crit.
Here for sure.
Even though, was that Focus Sash? I might have been Focus Sash. And it's like like in 2022, I always Wicked Blow into that spot. I always Wicked Blow into that spot because what does Glastrier do to us, right? It doesn't hurt either one of us that much. And this is gonna die because we're weakness policy.
Focus Sash. Okay, I didn't know I had a Focus Sash. I feel like I should have known that though, right?
You should have. You should have known that. Once he didn't max on turn 1, you should have known it was Sash.
He wants the Earthquake, maybe. I'm gonna freeze dry into this.
I went with Freeze Dry over Blizzard for 1, consistency.
This is the problem. 3 moves. I don't have Sucker Punch.
2, Freeze Dry also hits water types, and I'm not sure if I had a way to hit water types on this team or not. So I could hit ground types, rock types, water types, etc.
So I should be safely able to Wicked Blow into this spot.
So even though I know I don't have Sucker Punch, he doesn't know I don't have Sucker Punch.
He is not a long-term threat.
So I probably lose. Oh, did I lose a Lapras? I did lose Lapras.
Lapras did what it needs to do.
Yeah, it did. It got the veil up.
Did its job.
It got a knockout. And it got all the damage it needed. Wicked Blow will take out this Landorus. I'm pretty sure. Oh, it survived.
It survived.
Jinx! Jinx! Oh, that's funny. Landorus using Fly is fine. So I bring out the Incineroar. So this side, like I said, I didn't watch this before. I know he brought the. I know I bring in the Incineroar because I know I can fake out this Alecki. I can predict myself a little bit. So he probably swaps out the Alecki here. I don't know what I want to do here, but I feel like I know that he can't let me fake him out.
I can't take too many risks.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually probably do need to take some risks if I want to win this game.
So I think I went with fake out because even though I know he had to switch, it covers the idea. Like if he reads into me reading to him, I just get blown up by my Urshifu just gets blown up. And granted, in hindsight, it's probably not that big of a deal, right? Because the Landorus took so much damage that even if I just go for an attacking move with the Incin, if I just like get rid of the Alecki, what ends up happening is I still kill it. Glastrier is going 1-on-1 or two going. Glastrier and Landorus are going 2v2 versus Incineroar and Zacian, and I always win that regardless, right? So I probably should have Flare Blitz into that spot because I would have hit the Glastrier. So I'd have been fine either way. So this felt like a pin. Excuse me. So now I'm thinking about this like a lot because, like I said, I don't have access to a lot of moves.
I'm gonna Flare Blitz over here, and I'll Wicked Blow over here. Damn, I pushed the wrong button. But that's fine. He's gonna lower Earthquake.
I wanted to Wicked Blow into the Landorus and then Flare Blitz, which is what I wanted. But this is still good damage because the Landorus with the Earthquake isn't gonna do much damage, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
So I made a little bit of an error there, but this is why it's good to like play into your is to play well in the game early so you can afford mistakes late. I still got those headphones. I don't think that's the same chair though. I think I have a new chair. Oh, I didn't even have like my cool background, my little Pokeball background thing. And if you look at the corner of the box, you can see my old green screen was not like very flush with the square.
He has to kind of switch out that he has to switch out that Glastrier.
So now I do pretty much have him pinned because he can't swap.
Better if I do this and do this.
Yeah.
Just based on speeds. That's the.
Because I'll take out the Glastrier with the Incineroar from this health for sure.
Because I don't want to just like.
What he could have done is what he did. He could protect here, save the Landorus. I will still get rid of the Glastrier. Now, what he could have probably done though, is Electro Web with his Alecki, and then Earthquake. But that's a risky play because if I have Protect on this Zacian, then I can Protect. He'll kill his own Alecki, and then I'll just still win anyway. And if I don't Protect, but he protects the Alecki, I could Behemoth Blade into the Landorus. So this is actually a really interesting turn here. Let's see how it played out. I can't remember how it played out. I'm gonna fast forward just to get his Pokemon out because I think he took a while to think about it.
So I'm hoping for an Electro Web miss at this point.
So I remembered. Electro Web could win him the game, so I was kind of hoping for a miss. But what I should have considered is that he doesn't know. Yes, Landorus is, and he'll kill his own Alecki.
He's down one stage. He actually can't hurt us.
He cannot.
So I think this is fine. I think this is fine.
So what he could have done here too,
But he might
um,
fly.
it's game one though. So game one it's hard to make these reads. But if he protects his Lando because he knows he's down one,
That doesn't win him the game. That doesn't win him the game.
and I just go for like a protect also, and he thunderbolts into my Incineroar. In electric terrain, it probably KOs me.
He has to crit Earthquake.
And then it's like he can thunderbolt and then what you call it.
So he's gonna get to Earthquake us. But I really think Zacian will survive, man. Rock slide.
And he rock slid because he's like, if he can get a flinch off, because he doesn't want to get rid of his own Alecki. So that's the play ended up making, which is actually a pretty good play. It's like, why not roll the dice, right? You have two Pokemon that are.
Oh yeah, he couldn't do that.
See, old me was a dummy. I should have known that he didn't want to kill his own Mon because he's already down to 1 HP on both, so he can't do that. So he ended up taking the game one.
Let's go. We got the.
So even though I played pretty good, you can tell like my development as a player because this is some things I should have saw that I didn't realize right away. So let me go ahead and get to the next game. Main win, Moxie boosted, lose. Let me start the video back up. I think I went with the same lead. Did I go with the same lead?
Enough. Urshifu, what did it?
So I went to Lapras and I went with Rillaboom first. I think that makes sense though, actually.
And I'm bringing Incineroar instead of the Urshifu this time.
Yeah, at first Urshifu didn't do that much for me.
I think that'll work out for us. He's not gonna lead the same thing.
I said he's not gonna lead the same thing, but let's see if he leads the same thing. I'm gonna fast forward into the battle because I don't want to keep you guys here all day.
This is lead. Is he even gonna bring Eternatus this time?
Sometimes I say Eternatus, sometimes I call it Eternatus. So this is important because obviously Trick Room. Does it help him? Yeah, because he has Glastrier, and Glastrier is pretty tough for us to deal with if he gets Trick Room up. Why am I always clearing my throat? Pause. But
I'm gonna do is
let's see what it brings out. Let's see what we go for here. I actually don't remember this turn. Actually, I want to pause it. What would I do now in 2022? Because I know Eternatus probably is bulky to survive a max ice. So I probably go for something like. Probably could fake out the Porygon. I don't care if it switches, and then I should probably go for the max, either a max Geyser to get up Rain, or no, I don't have Rain, so I would probably go with in a real battle max Geyser, get up Rain, max Geyser again next turn, or get up the Ice Wall, what's it called again? Why am I drawing a blank all of a sudden while I'm talking to you guys? I'm sorry. Max Ice is the Porygon, gives him damage off, then I can next turn. Probably Grassy Glide into it and then attack it again. Maybe get a knockout on that thing. Get up the Aurora Veil, survive whatever Eternatus wants to do. But I think what I end up going for is just going straight into the Eternatus. Let's find out.
This makes me wish that I kept my what's it called?
Some old habits die hard. Cause look, why am I drawing a blank even in the past?
That's fine. I'm not gonna max this turn.
So okay, so I did not max because I just went for the freeze dry this time. That makes sense. Because obviously he's not gonna let that same play go off again. But again, in 2022, that means I still would have went into the Porygon. I would have went to the Porygon for sure. I definitely would have went to the Porygon.
He might protect or something, but I'm gonna pull this out the bag. He's not gonna be ready for this. And then I'll put Incineroar in.
Yeah, I think I always swap the Incineroar here. But like, I'm not too worried about the Glastrier because this is a very safe switch because I get the Intimidate off. He can't really ice move into that slot out of fear of Incineroar being there. And if he goes for something like a
So now he has to play with this countdown timer in his head.
So the Perish Song, I know it probably looks weird there, but I think it's an okay play. So that was a good switch. I think it's an okay. That does so much damage for resisted and -1. But the Perish Song, what it does, right, is if he maxes Glastrier there, it puts it on a clock. Even right now, it puts his Trick Room and his Porygon on the clock, right?
Shot safely, I don't think.
Porygon can't just like stall me out with what you call it for as long as it wants. What's it called? Recover. Glastrier is -1, so it probably doesn't want to waste its max turns while Perish Song is up. It disrupts the game, right? It doesn't do anything right now, but it disrupts the game and makes him have to think about what he's doing on a clock, which helps when I don't have any moves to use.
But like, I'm totally okay with this switch being.
He's not gonna call the switch.
Because then I'll just bring Incineroar in again.
He's not gonna call the switch. See?
Oh, look, he's switching out.
It's -1. He's on a timer. Might as well get rid of it now.
Yeah,
yep.
We'll take that switch. We'll take that switch.
So now I get to save my Incineroar for when he brings out the Glastrier
He's
again.
probably gonna bring the Glastrier back in.
See? I be knowing, son. I be knowing.
And this will stall out some of his Trick Room turns.
Oh, he reversed the Trick Room. He was like, nah, I'm not with nothing. Oh, that is hilarious. Good job, Moxie. That's a move I like.
I'm gonna switch here.
I'm not sure why I switched for. Is it because the Lapras is on a timer as well?
It doesn't have Protect. If he had Protect, he would have did something about that. Glastrier comes out. Mind games.
This is such a chess match, but I'm kind of making like the right move each time. This Glastrier cannot escape me. See, I mean, knowing throw off the rhythm of the game. So some things change, but some things stay the same. The things that I had in 2022 about this move, about changing the rhythm of the game, is exactly what I had back then. This thing will do nothing to me. That did so much damage. I don't think I had Assault. No, it was Grassy Seed. Because that's not an Assault Vest Rillaboom at all. That's not an Assault Vest Rillaboom at all. So the Porygon has to switch out or die.
So that thing has to switch.
I be knowing.
To this slot, like going to this slot. I'm a Grassy Glide. This he's gonna protect that slot, so I'm gonna hit this slide with the grass. Hit this slide with the Grassy Glide. What comes in? Kartana. Oh, we should have switched the moves up.
So Kartana was a wrinkle that I wasn't expecting. Because obviously if I was, I'd flare blitz into that spot. So these are two good switches here.
I'm okay with this.
These are two really good switches. Because he knows I'm not gonna flare blitz into the Porygon slot. So that's a really good switch. And like flare blitz into each United spot is pretty safe.
All right, so I need to think about how I want to play this.
So now I'm in a bit of a strange position, right? Because Kartana is at its normal health. So that's what I was worried about. That's what I was gonna say. He starts airstreaming on us, it'll be very, very bad. He starts getting boosted on both these Pokemon.
Cannon into the Incineroar. So that's where the Zacian is gonna come in.
I had Protect on that.
So let's bring the Lapras back in. I feel like this is.
These are good switches. He's not gonna max. He's not gonna max Grass into the Rillaboom spot. Never in a million years.
Maybe not. Maybe not. He might airstream. I think he's gonna airstream. I definitely think like he's gonna airstream. If he maxes, he's gonna airstream.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna go for an airstream.
Okay. Kartana does go max. So the airstream is coming.
If he has airstream, does he have airstream? I feel like a Moxie boosted Kartana would have airstream. But he may also have like max Knuckle into my Incineroar, trying to get a boost, trying to be greedy. Ooh, Meteor
The
Beam.
Incineroar slot.
That's going to the Incineroar slot. Yes, it
Power
is.
herb?
Yes, it is Power
Actually
Herb.
Power herb.
Yes, it
That's
is.
the only time you run Meteor Beam.
Exactly. Stop asking stupid questions.
That's good. So we eat that hit.
That's pretty good damage.
To be honest. Airstream does come out into Lapras. Oh, into Zacian.
So that actually really is a really good turn for us. I think he was covering for a switch, but
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Behemoth Blade right over here.
the problem is the only thing I could have switched in there was Zacian or Urshifu. And yeah, it would have smoked Urshifu, but why? There's no time I ever leave Zacian home in this matchup. It's too fast and too strong.
So I think this is safe.
So yeah, this is safe because I can
And I think this is safe.
So I can get an Intimidate on a Kartana. So even though they're faster, it'll get to -1. So it's Max Grass, can't hurt my Lapras that much.
So if Max Grass is not gonna kill me,
See?
get the policy up.
I'm pretty sure though
and we
he
keep
doesn't Max Grass into me because I think he doesn't want to activate the policy. So it actually does. The turn, if I remember right, does hurt a little bit.
very, I guess, lucky-ish on my part.
A little bit.
Gonna go for
Dynamax Cannon.
I thought he was gonna go for Flamethrower. I didn't expect.
Oh yeah,
not
Flamethrower.
I thought he was gonna go for like another move with Kartana. They can't do that.
I never got a chance to ask Moxie if this was a misclick. Into the Incin. So I think he read the switch there. So he wanted to get his boost back, which makes sense. We got our health back. So I think I expected the Eternatus to die here, but I think it survived.
I think that's the. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Why did you survive this time? Oh, no weakness policy.
Stupid. Think about it, dog.
Policy. Damn.
So we do have the Veil up though, which means the Incineroar will survive anything, and the Kartana.
That thing can't do anything.
So you have to think about this, what you're talking about here, right? He definitely clicked Meteor Beam. So did I fake out? Yes, I did. I faked out because I knew we're stuck in Meteor Beam. So that's perfect. So he still played it well. That could have been bad if we didn't have that fake out available. Because that Meteor Beam was going right into Lapras.
Thank goodness for Aurora Veil.
Thank goodness for Aurora Veil.
Honestly, thank goodness for Aurora Veil. Now, is the Kartana AV sashed or something else? It got to be one of those two, right?
Look at that
do a lot of
Lapras.
damage, probably. That's not bad, but I think that means it's assault vested. I think that means
Probably.
It's assault vested.
Probably because it should have did more, right? Because it's a neutral hit. Yeah, probably should have did more to a Kartana. Because based on what I did there, even if it was not maxed, it would have survived. And there's no way it takes a max hailstorm. No way in hell does it take a max hailstorm.
So now, does he switch into the Glastrier here? Because I think he does.
So this is safe because I think that he's a Assault Vest. So
Pray that I made the right choice.
nah, you ain't gotta pray. You made the right choice.
He didn't switch to Kartana.
No, it's okay.
I should have played it safe.
It's all right. It's not that big of a deal, dude.
Guys gets a free switch in to Glastrier.
It doesn't matter if he gets the Glastrier. It's not that big of a deal.
So you know what? If we kill the Kartana here,
Which we do.
okay. So even though it's a free switch in, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not. Stop worrying so much, dude.
It's not that bad.
Stop worrying so much. So Trick Room comes up, Glastrier comes in. I'm pretty sure. The only reason the Trick Room there. So because we have the you know what though? The Zacian is at 50%, less than 50%. So that's actually could be pretty bad. I guess I was. Oh no, but it doesn't matter because he only has 2 mons left, right? So there's the Glastrier.
Okay, so there's ways to win this game.
Do I Perish Song to win?
There's ways to win this game.
Is the yeah? So I have to click Perish on here, right?
All right, Trick Room is so it's 4 turns out of 5. Okay.
What you gonna do? You got 2 mons left. Neither one of them can really hurt Lapras. If you fake out, it has to be the Porygon. But does that help you? Yeah, thank you. Don't fake out does nothing for you this turn because Porygon can't do anything.
And I think this is safe too. Yeah, he can't like just.
Oh, he doesn't max.
Against this. So
Did he use his max earlier?
Like
oh yeah, he uses max already. Duh, the Kartana.
We can deal with that.
So getting all that damage is like wonderful.
But the Grassy Glide gets us a lot of damage. He does get the attack boost.
He's Life Orb. Jinx. Jinx again. That does nothing to me. That's why I didn't waste the fake out on that thing.
Let's go, man.
Oh, I didn't click Perish on.
That puts us in a
so fake out into Glastrier and then Perish Song would have got me the win too. There's no way he takes us both out. Because then I could still Grassy Glide the following turn into Glastrier, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh, did we just pull this off?
Yes, yes, you did.
I think we pulled it off. Behemoth Blade, Freeze Dry. How much does this do?
That does nothing. I don't know why I was counting. Maybe because I didn't think I had a chance at winning.
Oh, of course.
But this is why I should have freeze dried the previous turn. Not freeze dried. I should have Perish Song and then got the Zacian in on a better timer. Because this Porygon could probably like try to stall me out. It might have recover. It'll get grassy. It'll get grass.
But he's not gonna be able to kill the Zacian either with me getting HP back also because I was at 80. I'm down to 66. Now I'm back. So he only did 4 damage that turn. Oh, the
veil wore off. So I never actually clicked substitute. So I think I should have opted for Protect or Sacred Sword on the Zacian. Looking back,
going down swinging.
Probably didn't have recover.
52. So 25 damage.
Maybe he's just not worried about the damage.
So no para. Of course, it's a para.
If he doesn't go for the recover this turn, that means he never had it.
Of course, there's paralysis.
Of course. You guys think I be lying when I complain about RNG, but you can see it always gets me.
We will not die to that thing.
I could have clicked substitute. I could have.
Just no crits, please.
Yeah, I got enough for a sub.
I say no crits. Don't make it harder than it has to be.
Good damage. And the game is over. We got the win.
Oh my gosh, that was so hard. That was so difficult.
That was probably one of the most difficult battles I think I've ever had to compete in my life.
Oh my goodness, that was so tough. Link in the description for his video.
Yes.
For his channel, and he should have his video up as well.
Listen, so let's see how I used to end the videos.
So you can see his perspective and look at his see what went into his thought process and his moves, his reactions. I know they're gonna be killer.
I feel like I got a lot better at presenting to the camera at least, right? Hopefully you agree. Or maybe I'm still trash. That was him writing me on Discord.
Over here, you guys. Let me see. I don't know if he is or not.
All right, so all that stuff aside, yeah, this was fun. I'm gonna do a couple of these at least. So don't forget the question of the day. If you have a memory on my channel, share any of them, your favorite, least favorite. Share a memory you got with the channel. If not, let me know if you're new here and don't really have one yet, but you hope to make some. That was really fun. Man, that was really nostalgic. I hope I can make it through this little series without getting too emotional because this game did mean a whole lot to me. The connections I made, one of them being Moxie, the memories I've made, battles like this, really, really meant a lot to me. So otherwise, thank you guys for revisiting this with me. More will be coming very, very soon. So thank you guys for getting to watching. I'll see you guys in the next memory. Peace.